Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, got a good one here for you today. We have a very big celebrity working with Hedera developers, and as you can clearly see if you're looking at my screen, that big celebrity is Rick Ross, the big boss as they call him. And he's basically going to be hosting a party for Karate Combat. Now, Karate Combat, I've done a video on them last year. I saw them in the very early stages. I said from the very beginning, I think these guys are a very big deal. And I've just been keeping my eye on them, seeing them pop up in like Hedera's feed and stuff like that, seeing what they're doing. And they really seem they're growing in leaps and bounds. They really are just taking the world by storm from what I've seen. Really doing big things here. So to me, this is absolutely massive. Now look, I'm not silly. I'm very aware that this whole thing with Rick Ross is going to be a paid promotion. He's going to have been paid to be there. He's not doing this out of the goodness of his heart. But that's not the point. This is the thing that I was talking to you guys in regards to HBAR reinvesting back into themselves, right? So Karate Combat are very likely paying Rick Ross an appearance fee to do this, a hosting fee, right? But the point is, Rick Ross is a huge celebrity. He has eyeballs on him. He has fans. He has a big fan base. So him hosting this, it will be something that he will promote. His fans will want to watch it. And what will that mean? They will then watch Karate Combat. They will then see Karate Combat. And if they like it, they have now converted some of Rick Ross's fan base onto Karate Combat. This is how business works, right? So you're obviously paying the fee for the celebrity, but what you're basically paying is to promote to an audience. That's what you're ultimately doing. This is just smart business tactic, guys. Nothing surprising here. Nothing bad about this at all. When you're investing into a company, you have to spend money to make money. So to me, this is a great thing. And just taking this out of the equation in terms of the hosting by Rick Ross, like, look man, I've been looking at Karate Combat and the way they are growing, I think they are going to be massive in the future. I'll be honest with you, and this might sound like a very bold statement. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but to me, what this looks like to me, this just looks like the crypto version of UFC. That's what it looks like to me. Like, I could imagine this. Not saying it'll get as big as UFC, I don't know. It's possible it could get bigger in the future, I don't know. But I can imagine it having its very big audience and just being a massive staple like UFC. I really can see that, because the way they're growing already is massive, and they're still in the very early stages of this company running. So to see how big they are already, I just think the potential for them is really, really big. So I've got a quick thing about them here on Hedera's website, so I'll just quickly go through this. In the ever-evolving landscape of sports and entertainment, Karate Combat has emerged as a trailblazer, combining traditional martial arts with distributed ledger technology, transforming the viewing experience for fans while providing unique opportunities for fighters. This innovative approach is setting a new standard for sports entertainment. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it's quite long, but just get the gist of it from that. And then you've got here 300 million combat sports fans globally. That's huge. 700k accounts created. Again, massive. And just under 11k unique GameFi participants. This is absolutely massive considering how early they are within this company, guys. This is absolutely huge. GameFi participants. Now, if I'm thinking rightly, because I did look at this from before, so if I'm thinking rightly, what they mean by GameFi, I believe that they can basically bet on the fighters. So they obviously use the Karate Combat token. I think it's called Karate. I think it's $ Karate, if I remember rightly. And they can basically say, you know, I'm going to basically bet, you know, so much Karate tokens that this fighter wins, or they're going to win via like TKO and that kind of stuff. I believe that's the GameFi aspect of it, betting on the fighters. But either way, guys, absolutely huge. Like, I'm just looking at these stats and I'm just thinking, for a company to be this early and growing this big, like, where could this go? Like, really, where could this go? Because this is so early to be that big already. I think the upside potential is just absolutely massive. So I've got their website here, just quickly. About Karate Combat, world's premier full contact striking league. And I'll just quickly scroll down just so you can see just a quick thing here. You just get an idea of this. That's the ring, very unique as well, right? Just like the UFC when you've got like the cage, that kind of thing. Just a very unique ring there that they use. So already that stands out to me. They've got something that shows you like it's something different. Yeah, they're not just copying other people. They're very much trying to stand out in the way they do things. And just to let you know, in the middle of that ring is usually Hedera's sign because they are sponsoring them basically. So obviously they get full recognition in that sense. And here you go, over 1 billion impressions worldwide. Over 1 billion impressions. You can see all here, all the companies that have recognized them. I was showing you this before when I did the video back in the day. Huge companies, we're talking media, you know, big companies who've discussed them, news, stuff like that. I mean, if you can see there, UFC have actually mentioned them. So already, you know, UFC are actually acknowledging them. Yeah, like to me, guys, in the future, I don't see why Karate Combat is not going to be up there. The way they're going, like, don't get me wrong, something could happen. It messes the whole thing up. You know, there could be a controversy or something like that. But if they just keep on the trajectory that they're going, I think they're going to be huge. And this is all happening on Hedera, guys. So the GameFi and all that kind of stuff, it's all happening through Hedera. And as I say, when you look at that ring, when they're actually fighting, the Hedera symbol is right in the middle. They're promoting Hedera. So you got to think that they're not just getting the actual promotion in terms of people seeing the visibility of Hedera. When they're doing GameFi and all that kind of stuff, that's all value flowing through HBAR. So just think about this. These are the stats of Karate Combat in its very early stages, right? Let's give it like another year or two. What are the stats going to be like then? 1 billion impressions, and I found them last year. That's how early it was. I found them last year, and that was when I'd really just heard of them. Now, don't get me wrong, it could have been a thing where they've been around for a little while at that point, building themselves up, but they were new to me at that stage. So, to have got to this point within a year, give them another year or two, sky's the limit, guys. Sky's the limit. And again, all this is bringing value to HBAR. So, this is one to watch. I'm telling you guys this. These are definitely one to watch. These are one of the big developers, I think, on HBAR, because I do think this is probably going to be one of the big successful companies on HBAR, in my opinion. I really do think that. I really, truly can imagine Karate Combat being like the UFC. I can genuinely see that. Can't guarantee, but I see the potential there. So, if this does go the way we think it is, incredible. And as I say, we've got Rick Ross hosting that party for them. Again, you're getting like the celebrities who are now coming over and sponsoring them, you know, supporting them and stuff like that. Doesn't matter if it's paid or not, that's irrelevant. They're bringing eyeballs over to the sport. They're getting potential customers and potential watchers to their business, to their sport. That can only be a positive thing. So I'm telling you guys now, keep an eye on these guys, Karate Combat. Keep your eyes peeled, because I think they will be massive. Bullish. But what do you guys think? Karate Combat. Do you like the sound of this company from what you've heard? Do you think that they will be successful and could be the next UFC? And do you think all this would be good for HBAR's price overall? Or do you not agree with this? Is there anything that you've heard in this video that you don't like the sound of or just disagree with? Or do you just not think that any of this will be good for HBAR's price overall long term? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.